People compare themselves to their parents in a lot of different ways, and it's completely understandable, because after all, they were the first people we knew. They shape us into adulthood, whether that is a good or bad thing. And you can sub parents here for whoever it was that actually raised you, grandparents, adoptive parents, older siblings, whoever it might be. My point is that consciously or not, we're always checking to see how we measure up to them. And this can mean a whole slew of different things. If you had a happy, stable upbringing, this might be things like comparing how much money you make compared to them when they were your age, or how far along you are on your career path compared to them, which I would argue to be a vocational path. Check my previous video on that topic. Or milestones. What age did they get a house, have kids, things like that. And while these comparisons can help to motivate you, if you're solely judging yourself and your own progress on them and miss a target, you're setting yourself up for a downward spiral. Because how can you ever be good enough if you can't match what your parents did, right? It really sounds ridiculous when I say it out loud, doesn't it? Now, let's look at the other end of the spectrum. If you didn't have the best childhood, you could be comparing yourself to make sure you stay ahead because you don't want to be the same person that they were. You want more success, more happiness, want to be a better provider, whatever that might be. And this is a good outlook, but you still shouldn't be comparing yourselves to them because you're not them. All you're doing is putting on a mask of them onto yourself, and subsequently whatever you might achieve is then tainted by it. In either scenario, we have to just learn to let go of all the preconceptions and just be ourselves. Let our achievements stand on their own, not in the shadow of our own expectations, because if everything you do is accomplished in that shadow, nothing is ever going to seem good enough. And there's no better way to kill a dream than by not having it seem good enough in your head. We can never truly come into our own until we're ready to judge ourselves on our own merits. And that's part of true freedom, in my opinion. To be able to do whatever it is you were meant to do without being shackled to anything, let alone your progenitors. And I do put some blame on our parents here, and this is something that you could think about in the future with your own kids, but as a generation, or a few generations now, we've been coddled far beyond when we should have been. Starting with probably late Gen X, definitely millennials, Gen Z, and soon to be Gen Alpha, we've been treated like children well into our 20s and sometimes longer. This is a completely new phenomenon. This has never happened before in history. Not to say our parents never compared themselves to their own parents, but if you're treated as and subsequently feel like an adult child, of course you're going to have those comparisons stand out, because what child doesn't want to strive to be like their parents? And that's the whole point here. They shape us. But for the first time in history, they never let us go. So deep down, we still feel dependent, even if we're completely on our own. And that's not a scapegoat, though. That's an excuse, and it's not good enough, because at some point we have to stand up and realize it. We have to drop the comparisons because they're a dependency, and for true growth and true freedom, we have to stop constraining ourselves. So stop constraining yourself. Thanks so much for hanging out today. I'm Dylan. I truly do appreciate it. Please do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really does mean the world to me and lets the algorithm know that this video is worth the next person's time. Until next time, take care.